then they will come. And we expect that the moment our business is built, that we end up with clients and customers that just flood in, because after all, we have the best product or the best service. We know what we have to offer. But then it looks like this. You think, oh, maybe I'll get the guys that twirl outside and they'll bring people in, but instead you end up with that guy twirling and tumbleweeds going across the front of your store, because the clients don't just show up. The customers don't just flock to your door just because you said, hey, I'm open for business, right? So we could take it one of two ways. We can let this be us, where we're thinking, oh my God, I gave everything. Is this it? Am I going to be able to make more money? Or it can be this. And I don't know about you all, but this is my goal. I want a Black Friday flood of customers. I want to be able to put my open sign out. And most times this is what we expect. We expect that when we put our open sign out, that people are going to be waiting for us to open the gate, and they're going to float in like the day that the Jordans go on sale or Black Friday. So tonight, we're going to talk about a few of the ways to get you there. Number one, and I say it again, I said it before I started recording, but most times I put so much in my PowerPoints that you don't even have to listen to me, because there's enough there that you can kind of guess what I'm going to say and where I'm going. Tonight, I limited the amount of PowerPoints. One, because I want you to be able to chat in the chat box. But two, because this is really just an overview. On almost each one of the tips, I'm about to give you about 7 tips. And each one of the tips can be a class in and of itself. And one of them will actually be next week's class in and of itself. But I want to give you an overview. And my hope is that you'll read the materials, that you'll do some research on your own and figure out what is the perfect formula for you. Now, this is the formula for getting clients that I've used, and I've used with my coaching clients, but everything may not work for everybody. And I will say that I try to shoot straight with you and try to be real, that what works for one person may not work for another, or you may have to tweak it just a little bit. If you have an online service type business versus in-person product business or whatever, is going to work a little bit differently. So tailor this to you. The other thing is, even though we're doing PowerPoints, stop, get a pencil, get a piece of paper, because I promise you I'll say something or you'll have a thought that you wish you had written down. I don't want this to go in one ear and out the other. I want to see Black Money 103 students to actually be successful. All right. One of the first things that my coaching clients always seem to ask me about is pricing. Pricing your product. In order to get the customers in the door, to get them to buy, you need to have your product or your service priced correctly. That means competitively. That means if you have 5 competitors and all of your competitors are between $100 and $150 for their service, that you should be somewhere close to that range. And if you are closer to the $150 range, that you have a reason why. And it can be that you have great quality and nobody else can beat your quality. That's good enough reason. But you want to be priced competitively and priced comparably, which means comparable to the people that are your competitors. So if they're 100 to 150 and your service is 600, you might not be making too many sales. Now, don't get me wrong. One $600 client is way better, way better than 5 or $600 clients any day. And that's a whole nother story. But that's what you want. You want to be somewhere in the ballpark. And you want to charge what you're worth. Many times, especially as Black business owners, we're ready to discount right away. Like, you know, I've seen people, and this is a, you know, me, this is a parody, but I have had clients that I've coached, and somebody will come in and say, well, I'd like to hire you to do X, Y, and Z. And they'll say, okay, well, how much do you charge? Well, my regular rate is $150, but for you, I can do $125. And then I can give you 10% off of that if you buy it now. And they're so antsy that they're steadily talking themselves down, where the customer or the client may have been okay the moment you said what it was worth. So don't discount what you are worth. Charge what you're worth, stick to it, price your stuff correctly. Now, if you want to do discounts later. And when you have a discount, know why you're discounting. If it is, St. Patrick's Day sale because, you have a reason for that, that there's going to be more people in the neighborhood walking past your shop, or you have a lot of customers who are Irish, whatever it may be, just know why you're discounting. Don't discount off top, discount later. One of the other ways that you can get clients to come in your door, and this is one that people don't like to hear, because we think that if we hang our open sign, that the clients or the customers come flooding in, and that it should be easy. And in this day and age, with the internet and cell phones and social media and all of that, we're used to being hands-off. We're used to, there's not it used to be the day and age where Girl Scouts came and knocked door to door and sold their cookies, or the vacuum cleaner sales guy showed up door to door, or the newspaper guy sold the newspaper door to door. We're not in that economy or that world anymore. So nowadays, it's in order to meet people, you have to do hand-to-hand, what I call hand-to-hand combat, but it scares the average business owner. We're scared to put our hand out and ask for a sale, or shake a hand and ask for their business. But hand-to-hand combat is the best way to keep your clients or your customers flooding in. Now, on a micro level, that's your one-on-ones. That's offering a free sample, a free partial service. That's offering a free exploration call, where you talk to the customer and see what it is you can do for them, or what their pain points are. That's more of the micro. Macro is when you can give speeches or free sessions to multiple people at one time. That educates the people on what you're doing, and it doesn't have to be a sales speech. But if you do hair care products, and you go in and you speak to a networking association, or a group of a women's association, or women's luncheon, or something like that, and you're teaching them or explaining to them something that may help them, but is also in the same line of what you do, then you're educating them, one, on the fact that you exist. It's like a free commercial for you, but then you also get the customers in the door, because every time they think about whatever it is you spoke about, you become their expert that they know, and you'll be their go-to. They'll be the ones that will refer you other clients or customers. They'll be the ones to use your service and give you testimonials. And the best customers are the ones that come through a personal referral or a testimonial. When you go get your hair done and you like, girl, she did my sew-in like nobody else. You couldn't even tell. My part was on point and my lace front was just right, whatever. Then your friends are gonna be like, oh, really? Let me get that number. Or they're gonna see your hair and say, let me get your, your salon's number, because I want to go to your stylist. Referrals and testimonials, having other people pass the word for getting clients, is another key in your secret formula for getting clients. And so I've already alluded to this one, but you can do professional speaking, even if you are not a professional speaker. Most people think you have to be a motivational speaker, or you have to be a professional speaker to get booked on stages or to get asked to speak. You don't. Many times, if you just tell people that you're available and you ask to speak, especially if you're not charging anything to speak, you can usually get on stages. And when you do, you educate them, you tell them how, how they can buy from you, where they can buy from you, or you might even, if you're allowed, bring, product with you or coupons or gift cards that you can sell while you're there. The other thing is, I was explaining to somebody the other day about a mastermind networking group that I've started. And one of the things that we don't do enough of is networking. Many times, just knowing that other people have services and businesses and products that we're interested in can save us so much. There's a lot of, like, We Buy Black and I Buy Black, those kind of websites that can let us know, like, where other Black-owned businesses are great. But there's also networking groups and events that you can go to, that you can talk to people, hand out your card. Some of them will let you showcase what it is you do and what it is you're selling. When you can hit groups like that, where you hit masses of people all at once, those are usually pretty lucrative. And they're also things that people have forgot to do. Are y'all still following along? These are just, like I said, some overviews, but there's more to come. Awesome. Thank you, Anita. Okay. The other one is personal connections. You cannot be scared to personally connect with people, especially people you know. When I've ran for public office twice, the first thing that the campaign manager would say is write down everybody that you personally know and reach out to them. Well, in a campaign, you're obviously calling and asking for their political support or their donation or contribution to your campaign. When it's in business, it's a little bit differently, and people don't like to just be sold to. But if you ever get the conversation and you get the opportunity to talk to a person, you need to be sure to be personable, to tap into their emotions, to figure out, they say that most people don't buy your process, or they don't buy your product. They're looking for the solution. They're looking for the end result. They don't care how you get them there. They don't want to know how you're going to get them to the end solution or how it all works. When you buy cleaner for your bathtub, you don't really care what the chemical makeup is, or you want to know that it's safe, but you don't want to know, like, how the chemistry in that product works. All you want is your bathtub to be sparkling clean when you get finished using it. Same thing with, hair products or services. When people hire, let's say, I'm an entrepreneurial coach. When people hire me as a coach, or they hire me in the capacity of a consultant, they don't really care that on day one, I'm going to have them do this, and on day two, we're going to talk about that. What they want to know is that I'm going to help them relieve whatever their problem is. I'm going to maximize their profits. I'm going to get more clients in the door. I'm going to help them price their product correctly. So when you talk to people, make the connections personal. Figure out who buys this type of product, who buys this type of service. What is my niche? What are they going to use it for? What does buying this mean to them? A person who buys a Toyota Prius and a person who buys a Bugatti are both buying a car. But the Bugatti is most likely going to be a status symbol, and it's going to be an investment. A Prius is going to be a car that's going to be economically, or financially economical. They're buying it for two different reasons. But if you know why they're buying it, you know what they're going to do, how does it make them feel, how is it going to benefit them, it gives you the opportunity to enhance that, to sell based on that, not based just purely on the fact that you're selling a car. Because the way you sell a Bugatti, I promise you, is different from the way you sell a Prius. Other way is, and I talked about this earlier, the micro versus the macro. When you're trying to get clients in the door or customers in the door, I've had many clients who have told me, well, I just want to get some Facebook ads, or I just want to put some commercials on TV. Those may get you clients in the door or customers in the door, but they're going to be less on a quality scale. And they're going to be, you know, basically you're just throwing your net out there. When you have other people help you and it's not just you, and it's still that personal contact, then that also brings in more customers and more clients that will be beneficial. So one of the ways is to start an affiliate program. So for people who help sell your product or pass the word about whatever service you have, sometimes you can collaborate where maybe you both can put together the money and do an ad together or do a commercial together. Or maybe you pass out their flyers in your office, they pass out your flyers in their office. But having collaborations with other professionals or having affiliates, and basically Avon is a good representation of affiliates. So Avon, you have your own business, but essentially your business is Avon. There's only certain things that you can do and cannot do. There are certain ways that you can use their logo or their products. So basically you're selling Avon products to enhance Avon's brand. Affiliate marketing is the same. So affiliate marketing, somebody else is helping you sell your product, pass the word, advertise for you, and maybe they get a percentage of whatever they bring in, but that actually helps you to extend your market and how far out you can reach.